came. The high is high right now. Shout out to big bro, You know who he is. Oh yeah, quiet it up for us. We all on, y'all ready? We on. Got the thugs behind me. You know what I'm saying? We out here charging up in them UVs. You already know, Naga ain't. You know, the tribe knows. The true ones knows, man. You know, it's not still the seed time, man. Oh yeah, this is what's waking up the dragon on the outside. Japan, Big Mama. We waking up on the inside. They don't want you to hear that shit. I'm saying to you right now, oh man, they don't want you to hear that. They don't want you to hear that. They don't want you to put in the work. Now it's like you know what kind of work to put in. Now you know what we got to do. You know, the powers in the heavens, they was doing what they had to do. You know, the planets revolving around, doing what it's supposed to do. Everybody taking their little positions and stuff. So now it's time for us to take our little positions. You know, we like bodies. That's another nail right there. See the nail? Your nail's on it. You want to get that right there, but the nail, mama? It's in the nail. Mama, don't mess with the nail. You're like, oh, don't mess with that. See, look, it's right there in the nail, baby. She got it. My little fake me out song. It don't even matter. Me holding the phone up, that make people really want to come over to me. Like, oh, I didn't know. So you want to photo bomb me, man? See me over here in complete peace. Chilling. Startling folks. I ain't startling folks like that. Chilling. The thugs over here. They trying to mess with the bag of goodies. Thugs on the Naga today. You know, we got the download ass most time. A great cool little download. Because it's about this Kundalini, man. Because that's all we got. We ain't got nothing else. Peace. The bird is the word. That's what's up. Hey. Thanks for jumping up in here, man. We're trying to, you know, I ain't gonna say trying to. We're striving. We're sending out good vibes, high vibratorial energy, man, from the middle of the ring of fire. I don't know if y'all know any brothers that's in the middle of the ring of fire that's, you know, dealing with the celibacy and getting the downloads and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And it's all an effort for all our family. We're all putting in the work right now. So, Big Mama waking up, dragging Leviathan. I meant to put that up in the woo. That's because our Kundalini's up now. Hey, what's up now? Sine Rocks. How you doing? The Kundalini's up, man. People's not really wasting that sexual energy too much no more. Everybody's like studying and things of that nature. Ring of Fire is activated. That means the dragon's up. You know, you got armies and things coming around trying to stop the whole little situation going down in Venezuela, whatever you want to call it. That word's a code word too. A lot of things going on. But believe you me, it's that Naga Kundalini, man. That dragon energy that's up. The whole, everything's popping, it's going down. And that's what that's all we got to do, dude. Spiritually, and we talk about spiritual, the main thing we got to do is get celibate once again. That's it. Once we get celibate, everybody catches on. I'm talking about first is going to be with the tribe of Judah, which everybody knows as niggas now. You know, the true tribe of Judah. They set the foundation. Shout out to the 432 the drop and all the drop nation, everyone that's adding on. But yeah, that Kundalini, everybody put that together. You know, not releasing that seed, becoming like a child again. An instant, like really a child, being innocent. You know, it's a fun, a beautiful journey. That's the most spiritual thing you can do besides, you know, eating a certain, you know, fruitarian, vegan diet type of thing. You only go so far with that, though. Spirit, man, It's on a whole nother level. They don't want you to know that. That's why, you know, Minneapolis is under judgment. I lived in Minneapolis. It's under judgment, man. It's definitely under judgment, you know. And beings is going there. There's a lot of foreigners, a lot of beings going there. They be like, why don't you? They asked me before, like, I said, I already been around. I already seen how it goes, man. We helped our people up here, and it's about that time now, you know, to move around from that. It's the top of the Nile in the Mississippi, so a lot of things is going to go down there. Twin Cities, man. There's a lot more to come. There's a lot more foreigners there. Peace. Let your inner sense. Hey, I like that. The Christ within, that Christ consciousness. That's what we all going to be, that body of Christ, that true body of Christ. Not no false Christ, not nobody, we not praising nobody outside of us. You know, the false gods is captured already, yo. They all captured. That's why we talking like this. That's why we activating the ring of fire right now. Through our celibacy, through our intent. You know, us fasting, detoxing, eating the fruits and the berries, you know, getting that lymph up out, getting all those little entities that we may have had up in us just from eating certain ways, getting them up. So the reason why I was able to do anything, the Most High is the one that always guided me my whole time, even if I'm using my enemies or the ones who consider themselves enemy to me and trying to, you know, be nice or whatever, but then Most High used them, or just for all of us, man. The Most High is definitely the one. It's definitely our power. We have nothing else. Knowing and understanding put us through these situations so we can become masters, true gods that travel the galaxies. It doesn't stop here and reincarnating on Earth over and over again. Praise Virgin, ye are God, children of the Most High. Psalms 82, verse 6. We'll be adding on to Psalms 82, verse 6. Ye, that's in, I think it's on like 6 or 9 verses. You gotta pull that up. I wish I could pull it up right now, bro. You should pull it up. That'd be kind of nice. You know what I mean? That'd be banging. We are children of the Most High. But raising up at this time, raising that chakra, raising the Kundalini up. You know, we left all our schools around the world, and a lot of false gods did some things too. They wanted to teach because they know spiritual nature. They wanted to, you know, have their kingdoms under control as well. But the Most High is going to prevail at all times, always. But it's like you really have to believe, and the only way to believe, and I come to find out, is through that repenting of that sexual energy, dude. And it's how it's recorded on the spiritual records. Like we'll know if you're playing or not. We'll know if we all are playing or not. It's very serious. You attract the right mates and not lustful and things of that nature. And the plus is what is activating this ring. It's activating all. This was Mama's waking up. That's our dragon. They say Michael. They always talk about Michael, man. Michael's cool, I'm pretty sure, but they always talk about him slaying the dragon and stuff. And it's like it was even afraid of the dragon. But we had to get all the way out here, man. I feel Most High got me out here for a reason. It ain't no vacation, you know what I'm saying? Everything was to talk to my brothers and my sisters. You know, they try to stop it so many times, I don't even understand. To even talk about this, and to talk about the resurrections and the heavens and the Van Allen belts, you know, and kind of link it to the Book of Enoch and how, you know, how it's different buoyancies and levels, just to keep it very simple, you know, without getting too doctrinated in new books like the Owaspy. I like the Owaspy, but it's not new. The Owaspy been around since before the so-called New Age prophets, you know. But the Owaspy is very, my bad. But ye shall die like, man, fall like one of the princes. For all the late CEOs trying to fuck shit up. only the CEO, and that's Christ. Executive officer. I love it, man. You know, and reaching that crown. That was put the information out. There's a lot of people now. Information talking about it now. The 33 vertebrae. Getting that light to the crown. That water coming in, just giving all the minerals to nothing. Shit like that. You know, but anyhow, though, getting that light to the crown chakra, and having us understanding it through, you know, astrology. And being able to, you know, to map it through astrology, that means we got to really acknowledge what the moon does, because once we do that, we'll be on true Sabbath. Like, we'll actually be on true Sabbath instead of just doing Saturdays all the time. Some of us do Sundays, but, you know, but the going with the moon cycle, and with your intent and building your own new relationship with the Creator, without the rites and ceremonies and things of that nature, you have your own, but you actually still follow the whole, the great cross in the sky. So that's that's actually a good thing. Continuously refining ourselves, Basically, that's our power. The power is the truth. Truth is forever. 2 + 2 forever will be 4. It'll never change. That means it's set. It's set in ether. Like it will never change. So, with our way of existence, we know that knowledge is the foundation of wisdom is the way. Knowledge warrants equality. So that's the only thing that equals the equality of the Creator or the Most High, the Supreme One, the Great I Am. So yeah, man, that. I'm just looking at the whole, what's going on. You know what I'm saying? What's happening? It's not a coinky dink. We don't know too. It takes us. Most High is using us all, He's using us really good. You should damn near rejoice right now in real life, because we have to pull back. And I know and understand that the place I was at that tried to call judgment on me is getting judgment on it. It did a lot of things up there behind the backs of people. Nobody even knows. A very sneaky thing in Minnesota. A lot of things happen up there. We're healing baby right here. Hey, a lot of things happening up there. A lot of things has happened. A lot of fraud, man. Homelessness. They wouldn't even let niggas in the shelter, man. Let people die on bus stops so cold, man. Let niggas die on a bus stop and shit. Wouldn't even let niggas come in the damn. It's so cold up there, I'm telling you. I did at home. I was homeless up there before. Like, dude, but I looked a certain way, though. I wasn't like mommy looking. But I still had a job and stuff like that, because I had to go with the, child support. It was taking all my money out, but I had to do something. Still do things. And so, yeah, man, sleeping on them trains and shit at night. Still had a membership at the Y's, clean and refine yourself. And, some people are just broken spiritually up there, too. So it's going down. It's the top of the Mississippi, so it's judgment going down up there, people. Right now as we speak. You can look on my back and check around. Got people all around and I hey, y'all kind of messing with little stuff right here. No wonder why y'all are quiet and stuff. Let's see. All right, sorry for parking, y'all. The thugs. But yeah, so it gets a little bit deeper, man. It's a whole world thing. So we had to get that. The ring has to activate. All right, we're activating. The lunar calendar, we use all the calendars. Lunar, so you can use a Saturn calendar, you use a Pluto calendar, you know what I'm saying? Whatever calendar we can use, it's all different counts and different calendars. But the lunar just helps, it goes with the woman. So it's like when they say 13 months and all of that, that's because certain, the moon travels through the sun sign, through the zodiac faster than the sun does. So it's like it stays in the sun and it stays in a house for about 48 hours or something. Sometimes a little longer than that. So it gives us all the opportunity to experience the feeling of that sign. Like right now, the moon is in Scorpio. So we're dealing with unknown things right now, like the mass on the whole world. So we have figured this out before. So basically, we're just bringing it back just to, get a feel of the weather. So what Scorpio goes through, that's a hard school because that's like they're dealing with the sexual nature, and they're really smart. They're gurus and things. You know what I mean? So you become real smart dealing with Scorpio, dealing with their Scorpio aspect. A lot of people are afraid to deal with Scorpio, to have Scorpio in their chart, like a spirit wise, because Scorpio is like you have to deal with some hidden things about yourself and reality. Some people kind of fall victim to that. So it's about mastering self for sure. Your Scorpio sun, see how we just drew that up like that, how the spirit works? You know what I mean? So you have to find out what your moon sign is. Scorpio Mars, so you go to war, that's cold. And Scorpio, oh, that's cold, so I'm a Virgo in all those. So in Vedic, you might be a Libra in all those joints. So you got Scorpio Mars and a Scorpio Mercury, that's dope. Like, that's cold, G. That means you were purposely put together. Man, you got that in your hand? That little, it's a little small space. I'm gonna put my right hand on. It's that little small space. It don't form an M, but it's that little small space between the lifeline and the headline. So you got a moon in Cancer, right, my daughter got a moon, Cancer moon, so you got some water to balance. Yeah, water. Yeah, you intuitive, big dog. So basically, whatever your ascendant is, you did something smart. Yeah, you did something smart for your ascendant so nobody would know you had all that Scorpio in you and shit. I don't even know what your ascendant is, but I'm pretty sure it's a smart one. It gotta be. That's how you can look at the spirit. Our Snapchat, our birth charts is gonna be our names basically. It's like who you is, like at the shape of all that, you know, the grand trine or the square or whatever. Leo, yeah, you use Leo. Leo and Scorp. Man, it's something about that connection, man. I see people have relationships with the Leos and Scorps. This dude came up to me in the gym. He just happened to just walk up and shit. He just said, I just noticed he had a Scorp on his hand and he's a Leo, basically. He's just like, yeah, that was my girl and all that stuff. But that Leo Scorpio thing is kind of like, they have like a understanding somehow. So my mom is a Scorpio and my dad and my brother is a Leo and shit. And they used to go at it. But they be so cool together though, man. Sitting together. That's some shit. Yeah, you definitely put together. So caring and nurturing, that Cancer moon, definitely you caring and nurturing. You want to get things done, you want to look out for the fam and shit. It's all about the family, you know what I mean? You're probably caring and nurturing to your mom and stuff like that, you know, and caring and nurturing to the world. You know what I'm saying? Caring and nurturing to the world. I'm at the same mind, we already talked. I'm on Pisces moon. I'm a Virgo, you know, Virgo sun. You know, Virgo, Mercury, Virgo, all that, man. I gotta go all the way down the list. It's like 6 placements. I got Virgo going to the North Node, to my South Node to be, you know, Pisces. This is like to give you the innocence of who I would be. You know what I'm saying? That's how we're gonna have to reveal ourselves and shit. Like, nigga, I didn't even see who he is. Who is you? You know what I mean? Because mothers don't be revealing their shit. Or people get reading on each other, like, because they won't be the so-called chosen, so they got to get, you know, certain readings and shit, because it's like they want to have some type of control. And some of them people may not be chosen, that they're trying to get control over and shit. But, you know, they try to have some type of upper hand. But with chosens or people like, you know, who are kind of upfront with that, it's like, it's honesty for us, you know what I mean? This is out with the birds and in with the true Virgo. Hey, true Virgs, man. I would be Leo in Vedic, but yeah. So I think that just gives you the reason part why I did, you know, celibacy and stuff like that, because it's like it was made in my birth chart to kind of be this way. Even though, you know, Virgos can be kind of, you know, sexual and stuff like that. But it's like also at the same time they're very down to earth. Usually I always met a lot of people who have Virgo in their chart, Virgo ascendant, something like that. And I was able to relate to Virgos more. I did a little tarot channel just dealing with Virgos only and shit, because I felt like if I can link everybody through their zodiacs, truthfully, we'd really start getting things in and shit. Some of us won't be able to link like that because it's due to religion and indoctrination. But, you know, the Most High already said, yo, ain't I the creator of Orion and Taurus, the bear and all that, you know what I'm saying? I think that's in the book of Job, you know, and but still, either way, you know what I mean? We're supposed to study those things as a point of dealing with prophecy, whether intuitively with our own self or just with just mapping it out in the sky. Like, yeah, that's how you see it. We be all mapping our shit out. You know, how did you see that? You can map it out thousands of years down the line, because now you know the motion of the planets and what they do and how they have, you know, the corresponding on the earth. And that's how the ancestors figure shit out for right now. Like, yo, it's about to go down. You know, because we are priestesses and priest queens. Conjunction interesting also. It's a conjunction junction. Or what's the function? Nah. See, I have to get down. That's why I made the other channel building on that, because I would be switching around. I was trying to see which one what I can stay on certain channels and shit to talk about. I got a workout channel. I could just pretty much focus on the light body and spiritual stuff through that, and I kind of build on other things on here. And you know, the whole little zodiac and stuff like that, I do that on the priest king on the other channel. But I have to build that one up again. Well, yeah, with this is to link the families up. Like, yo, man, through our Kundalinis, and yo, let it be seen and known that we can actually do it. We don't have to be Masons. We don't have to be Boulets. We don't have to, and I'm not going against the Masons or whatever they were. I mean, my brother became a Mason to try to go against my knowledge, my natural knowledge of self shit. But, you know, still, you know, if you feel that you need a brotherhood, do that. I'm pretty sure you'll learn something or whatever. You know, they're not out murder, death, killing and shit. Some people are, depending on the type of sex they're in. But then, you know, but we're just dealing with the straight supernatural. Just like, yo, man, we're dealing with what we got, which is our kundalini. That's all we got, really. Our sexual energy. That's why they molested us so much, to drain us. You know, our ancestors put in so much work. It's dealing with making sure that we weren't born like, you know, whores and sluts like that. You know, the Jezebel spirit wasn't running rampant in our villages or in our towns. You know what I'm saying? Because we lived in towns and shit. Big cities were just like places for, you know, to visit and do business and stuff like that. But we were really rural people. We like to go, you know, live and be around nature and shit. And a lot of the Native Americans, I grew up around Native Americans in Minnesota. They getting justice too, but I liked them. You know, the Ojibways and stuff like that. They had a little project called Little Earth. Niggas and natives got along. You know, we weren't enemies up in Minnesota, so I had to bring that in and shit. But we're kind of like going against each other now due to a lot of little TikTok battles and stuff like that. You know what I said? Why we gotta purify our internal rivers? Yeah, he said, peace, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah, that is the true repentance. Only a few of us gonna be able to do. Is gonna be able to pull it off. Not all of us, you know, but at the same time, people won't say that you won't have to do that. They're not gonna disagree with it. They know it already. That's something they can't really judge on because they never experienced what celibacy feels like, or just even with day by day, or just, you know, without releasing any type of, you know, or having an orgasmic experience. You know, you're gonna get tested a lot. And then that's just the way to master your carnal desire, knowing and understanding your actual self. That's what your culture is, to have a free dome, a free mind, to break free of the actual, you know, shackles of the flesh, man. And I'm not saying that the flesh is not, you know, it's not good to experience it. You know, you can have pleasure moments at different times, you know, but when we just focus on dopamine and pleasure all the daggone time, that kind of drains us of our experience of how to cultivate happiness through, you know, a chemical that we can produce in our own body called serotonin. You know, it's a way that you make happiness, you know, and joyfulness, not just pleasure. Some people are just savages in pursuit of happiness. Gotta put that out. Them little dudes. So some people are just savages in pursuit of happiness, but they'll never find happiness because they're savages. I mean, in that they haven't really looked at themselves. They just kind of go at the lower self and kind of go with, you know, things, feeling that, you know, dealing with that cluster B personality disorder, like they can own people, you know, buy people with certain money. If people are low enough to do things for that money for them, they would try to do it. They'd be surprised when they come across a person who won't do a lot of shit for money. And that's when they're like, oh, and they realize it's like that's all they kind of have. But when you get to a place that's kind of like, you know, looking like this in a way, you know, even though they will act funny because they feel like they're the majority. When I'm talking about, they kind of know I'm talking about, you know, because they have money. They have, you know, they have a lot of like money in the bank that was passed down to them, what they call trust fund babies and shit, that kind of like on dope and drugs and shit. But some of them, they got the money, they don't know what to do. They kind of still look down on you to see if you would jump through hoops to get some of this money from them. And when they see that you kind of like rich and shit, because I have a lot of them sit here, they be billionaires. They just don't, well, they'll walk right up here. This right here is called the house of God. So they kind of like, people will come and sit here, they see me with these birds, they just sit here. They feel the vibe. It's like, you know, so they would try to kick me off, but it's like, I'm sitting there with the birds in my hand, you'll be a hater. You know what I'm saying? And that's not like a real, and they're not like the native peoples that would try to do that. The local people, they cool. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so, you know, I think I was saying that to say some other stuff. I got short-term memory. But, you know, at the same time, it'll come right back around like, the spirit is, you know, close. Got the thugs. I had to look around, kind of threw me off. I seen somebody over there laying down right now that be feeling pretty cool. But is there too many false shepherds leading the others astray, and the real ones get, yeah. So it's about to change up. It's up. Mama's up. She's admitting everything. Everything's up now. You know. Yeah, Tataria, man. I got videos. They tried to stop me from posting videos. I was saying it when I was only having like 6 views on my other channel. I'm gonna have to post some links. Because when I was doing the videos, I was actually walking in the street of Minneapolis. Like, this is right before the judgment's taking place right now and shit. Because I was already showing I'm looking at the castles. I'm like, I did a video called Castles in the Hood. And I ain't seen no brothers, no niggas, and none of that talking about the castles yet. They didn't know just about it yet. And some of my bros that was really swift, I kind of put shit on their little page, and they like, damn, it's interesting, I gotta look at it. And so years been on. This is like in 2015 and shit. So when I started 2015, 2016, 17, when you start really studying it, catching on. So I started doing videos about the world fairs. And I was like, man, you know what? This was our land. What they did was, and I was catching them, like I ain't have to do the pictures from the internet. I actually just said, yo, I went and traveled on, I did the whole little in the field thing, and I seen I'm like the castles, where all the hoods was at, man. I just did a video, and I went to see all the cathedrals, went up in all the spaces where all the mansions was at, because it's top of the Nile of the West, which is Minnesota. Very rich, man. Not 10,000 lakes up there. This is a beautiful fucking place. Hella beautiful. That's why everybody want to go there. You wouldn't want to leave, really. It's really beautiful. It's really beautiful, man. The animals is cool. I fed the animals just like I'm right here with these mugs in a park up there. You know what I'm saying? With the squirrels and everything coming up, dude. You know what I'm saying? But anyhow, though, I got so I've been going around getting all this guitar. I got to put the link in. I'm gonna put a few of them in. I'm gonna put it on this live, so you can see this like the link. So remember to go back. It's like these are short videos. Before they made shorts, I had to make a way to be like watch the video short wise. You know what I'm saying? So they destroyed the knowledge of the Moors. True indeed. The Moors and the Moors, all of us, man. You know, we kind of just jumped out the water. We all, you know, we all linked in this together now. It's like we gotta work together now, shit, you know what I mean? To form something, to make something happen, you know, as far as like to get this thing going. But yeah, I did the pictures on the Mississippi River, you know, all the buildings that were built downtown. They have a jail called the Clock, but it's a big ass castle, and that's where they love to put the niggas at, boy. They love locking mugs up, putting them under the clock. But it's in Minnesota. Look at that big dude right here. That was right, boy. Look at that. Woo! Let me back up. That was a big one. I thought I was going to hit. Yeah, easy come up. I have to be careful, man. I got the phone too. I've lost a few phones. You got also, there's spirits around here too, so that's with me and the spirits, we kind of vibe pretty cool. But a lot of people ain't cool with the spirits because it's different out here. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a big ass spell over here. They try to make it happen like that, but this is ha-wah. This area is ha-wah. Like, this is it. It's the breath, the secure breath. Anybody against it, I'm telling you, if you ain't got money, you ain't gonna be happy. They wonder how a person who ain't got no money can be happy, because they gotta have millions of dollars to be happy, because they're constantly being attacked by these spirits and shit. That's making them go crazy because of what they pulling up on shore, and they never left. These people get attacked, they can't even go to sleep at night. I'm not lying, they know it too, man. And you know, they got favor out here, but they know it too, man. They can enjoy it like I'm sitting here in the sun with animals and shit. Man, animals run from these people, man. You know? So they try to be nice and use their cluster B personality to sort of by going out and try to give things to people. And it's like, it's something that they'll give you a bite-off sandwich out this motherfucker. Like, really? I'm supposed to eat this? That's how y'all do it? These animals, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people do take it. Be rich kids that's dirty as a motherfucker. Take that bit-off sandwich, they eat it. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't no brothers laying around on the street or nothing like that. So it's not like for them, these people, the island is tired. When I touched down, the volcano went off. That was on the December 21st, on the winter solstice. And that was when I was almost denied to go down to the city. And I got a little upset in my head. I'm like, what, denied? And I left too, because they tried to keep me up at the top of the mountain. I was up there at the top of the mountain. They was afraid to come to where I was at. I had a little work trade situation out here, you know? And I was able to be, the moon was so close you could damn near touch it, man. I was higher than everybody that I knew of. The higher elevation had to be the observatory and shit out here. That's the only other higher elevation I would know that was higher than me. Them white folks would go to sleep at 4:30 out here, man. But I was where I was at on this side, in this island. So, you know, yeah. And I got in tune with the spirits and shit, man. Them mothers, it's real in them mother jumper, man. It's not playing. So I knew. As soon as I got out here, the visions started right away. You know what I'm saying? I got the visions right away. I started seeing everything right away. You know what I mean? But and I had to dream about this bitch, man. I already seen Mama come out the water, man. When she came out the water, it was like a transformer, man. I had so many visions out here. I seen them. I seen a lot of things from out here. It's like a big ass TV screen. When I go like this, it's like a TV screen that just download shit in my mind or some shit, man. I'm telling you. So anyways, though, I seen this was the other night. I gotta tell y'all now, man, because I be having all this shit, all these things. I seen them all, but this one is. I seen the Maui fire. I seen that one from a perspective of somebody trying to run off the boat, get off the fire, get away, all that shit. But this one right here, they came out the water, man. It was like a transformer, and it transformed, and it started blowing light out its mouth, and it was talking shit while it was destroying everything. I'm talking about, I was laughing to myself like, man, she talking shit. It was like, motherfucker. You know, I'm like, I started laughing. I rest outside. So it's like the moon is directly over my head when I lay down. I see Orion every morning when it gets and goes to a certain point. I know when to get up. You know what I'm saying? Most High blessed me with this. Just blessed me with it. I don't think everybody can do it, but it's on like hot butter popcorn when it touches down. Just trust you me. You know what I mean? But yeah, I got to pull up the Tatari joints. Yeah, so I did it's deep. I don't want to speak too much because I feel they know what's up. You know what I'm saying? Because they had to get in there. Man, it's crazy, man. But now, see, all the information is out now. I couldn't be on the land without everything's out now. Everybody's talking now. Everybody knowing what's up. I was talking about this shit, but it just wasn't ready yet. I was mixing it all in with the Kundalini and the Tatari. I'm like, yo, when they came to our land, we had lawyers, banks, doctors and shit. I'm putting it together. I'm looking at the cathedrals, and I'm like, this big ass cathedral is so big, they got a big ass organ in there. Don't nobody know how to play. I bet only niggas know how to play that. You know what I'm saying? And they got them in all them mansions too, up and down this place called Summit Avenue. I worked on them houses and shit. But anyhow, Most High put me there. He had to put me there to be able to look at this shit. I didn't know why I was working there. Usually I work a job if I have to learn it for something. So I worked for the Most High. So everything I did, I was to learn so I could do later on my own and to teach others, like home births and stuff like that. He had me have my baby in the hospital so I could show mothers. I showed brothers later on. But that was just the beginning. Now it's gonna be bigger. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be even bigger. Our women is not even gonna be nurses no more in the nursing homes for these people no more, man. Women's taking care of our own now. You know what I'm saying? Everything's changing. The energy's up. Yeah, everybody's up now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, anyhow, I think that was a part of everything too. We all got a part in this to play. We all got a part in this to play. But what we all can do to pitch in, if everybody, well, what can I do to help? Yo, we ain't got no money, nothing like that, because that's kind of like gonna be obsolete. You see what they do? You're gonna have to get celibate. You know? That's a form of repenting. That's how we're gonna reach up to the answer, see that we all, it sparks this light, it hits this frequency, and everything starts to appear. Boom, shit, boom, boom, earthquake, boom, all that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, when I got out here, then they did something to get me mad the next time. Both of the volcanoes went out. They ain't never had both volcanoes go off at the same time. They had both volcanoes go off. It's 3 of these mugs. It's like the stars, like the Orion and shit. It's 3 of them. So 2 of them went off at the same damn time. These motherfuckers were shaking, nigga. I was down here, you can feel the energy. It feels like before it's about to go off, it feels like you're irritable. Like something's about to, like something you can't contain, you know, inside your body. That's what I was feeling, you know what I'm saying? And then that morning when it went off, I seen the other one, it's called Mualea over there. Muakia, I meant. So it's 2 of them. One go off, Kilauea go off all the damn time. But they go off harder now though. They shooting up thousands of feet in the air and shit. Kilauea, Muakia went off. They ain't seen that shit in hundreds of years in the wild, G. And it made a big ass lake of fire, man. And a lot of signs over it, like symbols over there, man. I got pictures. Nobody don't look at it. They shadow banned me. I post them like, nobody see this shit? I'm out here getting full footage of this shit, sitting there at this motherfucker. Like, look, family, what we on, man? We on. All we gotta do is not have sex. And we gonna be on like hot butter. It's called repentance, G. It just came to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the information everybody's putting it together, I'm like, yo, no false prophet said this, they didn't want us to do this. Eating fruits and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Barely eating, you're not starving. You just don't eat as often, you know? Buddha tried to do it, and he did it the wrong way, and so he realized he did it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's like, you know, because he wanted to do what the false Brahmin was doing, but he was a real Buddha. That was dealing with the story of Gautama, you know, which is our land, once again, America, Gautama. So, yeah, we wouldn't have known that before, prior to that. But, yeah, so I think what got them to stop my shit out here, because I did a Tatari building out here. And once they seen I did that, they're like, a nigga done made it all the way out here to show a Tatari building. They're like, ding ding. You know what I'm saying? So the spirits had to roll with a nigga out here, man, like a mug, yo. And they took care of me. They called the island called man, pardon me, I don't even want to disrespect her name, but Pele. I should have put Lava Connect in the daggone in the boot. The Lava Connect. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the center. So I'm putting it together. It's the lava connect. The volcanoes in the world. I happened to get to the one to trigger the start. This they probably was thinking like, but that's this nigga saying, huh? You got to that one and you triggered, and you got more kids, You know what I'm saying? Pele looking after you too, huh? But yeah, Pele did look at. Pele is looking at him. That's like an angel out here, like the goddess out here, basically. That Earth is basically called Pele, you know. And but when that volcano went out that morning, the sky was red as hell, and it was two eyes looking. I got a picture of that too, looking over the island and looking directly at me. That shit, looking directly at me. And a bro came down the street. I said, "You see that?" It's like, that means Pele's pissed. Look what's coming in. Look what's coming in. Look what's coming in. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm not playing. This is serious. Look how the water responding, man. It's this water got spirit in this mug, man. It's Pele's sister, they say. Too. It's the story that go. And it was so high, it seemed like it was gonna come up, but it didn't. This water is alive. One time I got capsized in this mud. The water. People probably wonder how the hell I got saved and shit. I'm like, damn, me too, but I didn't have fear, I guess. But that was at the Passage of the Gods. I didn't know I was gonna be at the Passage of the Gods down there and Kilikakul Bay. That's what they call it. I didn't even know I was gonna be down there. I ain't know shit about none of this stuff, man. They put me in this place. They put me in Minnesota growing up. They put me through Chicago. They put me in all these places, man. And they finna put me in the next place. So I guess I gotta get this information out before we get to that one. So yeah, anyhow, so I'm gonna put the Tatari videos in there. Oh yeah, the Lava Connect. Let me get a sip of this. The Lava Connect, man. Cause that's this is the center of the world. So this is where you know, touch down. So it starts the whole little once that happened, everything started going down. All the volcanoes started hitting, G. I don't know nobody that said they came on. I'm not tooting nobody. I'm not trying to put nobody under or nothing like that, but I don't know you little yakis and none of them niggas are sitting on the computer. I even like young pharaohs and shit. They all did their parts and shit. A lot of people want to be praised. You're dealing with cluster B personality and shit. You kind of got that false god mentality. We're dead in that shit in the flesh this season. Ain't gonna be no more false gods when you get up in the heavens, man. You know what I'm saying? We already know. We can see where you at now. You're gonna have to do it now. They got to do this now. So we know who you. Hold on, let me start. Ain't none of them niggas made the voyage. That's the voyage, G. To get to a certain spot. It's to activate the shit. Spirits don't even like getting flying over water, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, that's the only reason why niggas ain't even out here. But we dealing with a wickedness in high places who they spirits have been around the world for so long. We had to trap them in the dump and trap them up in this giant. Okay, they try to stop it. But yeah, they've been feeding them off children for years. They even make agencies to do that shit now, just so they can fetal on them. You know them children, the so-called white children that be like really swift and shit. Like you see child actors, like damn, you like a grown little motherfucker. They're like, I know. That's a fucking spirit on this bitch. I'm sorry I said it like that, but it's like damn, you know. And that's why that spirit is got a fetish also for being molested. Once I know what's going on, trying to get you to get past that first resurrection, man. The heavens is getting cleaned up now. You got to bypass the first resurrection where it's the most dirtiest, basically, and shit. That's where your nightmares come from. When you're on Earth, when you're dreaming and stuff. You got a nightmares, you're on first resurrection. Second resurrection, you got a little bit of vision, you're learning, you're getting talent, you're getting downloads when you sleep and shit. You're enhancing your talent when you sleep. You know what I'm saying? You may not even did something for so long, you do it, you ain't gonna be like, oh man, I still got it. You're probably better because you didn't do it for so long. You still training, your spirit was still training and shit. And so, you know, but third resurrection, you up there with the higher, you up there with the the top-notch brother at the peak. It's only a few up there. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole, that's where you want to get to. That's where our true heavens is at. You know, you want to get past all them resurrections. You can come down and then go up type stuff. But some people, some spirits get caught going down because, you know, they never experience a mortal life and shit. So what they do is they just, you know, they don't know what death is like that. You know, they never experience physical nature. And if they haven't grown off of a world the right way to continue their spiritual development, then they'll become druids, which is like jinn, which is wicked spirits that just roam the earth, man, just for thousands of years until, you know, clean it up. Niggas gotta clean it up still. It ain't just, that's what God's duty is to do, is to clean up the world off the wicked spirits that just stay in. Because it's a lot of wicked spirits. We know how many die in so many years, who live, how long the mortals gonna live over there. We already know. This ain't a mystery. You know what I'm saying? So I got a mug all up in my face and shit trying to listen. So we already knew this stuff, you know. We still know. We know how many people will die in a certain many thousands of years, because death is inevitable. It's a part of getting to Ethereum, you know. I got a dude trying to sit here and talk and shit because he want to hear me and shit. He wants to be offensive, but I'm out here in the sun and I'm sit right here. So anyhow, so we know all what it takes is, if you want to bypass being in a hellish state of mind, which is, you know, going through unnecessary hells and shit, just by putting yourself in unnecessary situations, we're trying to get you to bypass that. And that's to go ahead and get celibate, man. Most High made our rules simple. You know, for them, they gotta have to go through a lot of things, man. They got heavens. Most High them, Ethereans got heavens made for their asses already. Like it's like a hells, man, called Hades. They already made for them. So with us, we got ours already made for us too, but we can only give it up by choice if we go with them upon transitioning. The mind is strong. You can remember shit. Most I showed there's angels hundreds of thousands of years old, gods that are hundreds of thousands of years old that travel the expanse of the cosmos, man, that know of us and what we go through and shit. You know what I'm saying? And what all worlds go through. For us to get this download now, man, this is a very, very special time, because now we can get back on track on what we have to do. We ain't got to worry about the boule being advisor to the kings. They ain't going to tell us none of this shit. They ain't never told us. No false prophets never told us. No, none of that. No Malachi Yorks, who came out with 300-something books, never told us. He never even told us to eat fruits most of the time and shit. Because that'll keep our lymphatic system moving and getting out all the lower bacterias and shit. That's basically the demons in your motherfucking ass. The ones you dream about, chasing you. You can't get away. Type of stuff, man. You know, so to get back up to that higher state, and it's easier too, because you won't ruminate so much when you're on semen retention or celibacy. They call it semen retention or whatever. It's hard for them. It's hard for everybody else to get to the crown chakra. They ain't gonna be able to do it without us. We the ones to be able to do it. We the ones that's most sought after. We the one. Black man is pretty much the one that's most, you know, in America. His Kundalini is pulled on the most. His energy is pulled on the most, because it's all on social media. It's a lot of things. As a people now, I ain't got to say as an individual, because we can talk as individuals, but as a people, everybody's gonna be judged as a people too, but as individuals as well within the whole. But as our people, we basically are innocent as a people. We know we did some shit and everything, but we take, as individual wise, but we take full responsibility for that, all that, the good, the bad, the ugly. That's what black folks is. That's what we are. We're the leaders. And so once we lead by example, everybody got to fall into place, G. And I'm telling you, man, your thoughts, your emotions will calm, because you have to get this mastered before getting off of Earth anyways. We're just at a time where we can get it mastered now. They didn't do it all the way in the past. They were just introducing you to what's gonna go down now. Just letting you know, like, yo, this is what's gonna be happening. You know what I'm saying? And it's only a punishment to those who are, you know, who see sex as pleasure, basically. I mean, it's pleasurable. I'm not saying that you see sex as gratification, basically. It's only a punishment to them type of people who can't have their way, who can't marry young ass girls and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Being 60 years old and trying to marry a 9-year-old girl, and, you know, trying to make your own profits. You know, that's what they do. They try to make their own profits. Look at that water, boy. They coming in. Boy. Damn, dude couldn't stay out here long. I told y'all, man. I'm telling you, the sun is on our ass. We're gonna get to a place where the sun is, they can't come out. That's why you gotta heal that melanin molecule, G. So you can be in the sun. But that's your weapon, G. You ain't gonna have to eat as often either. You got a bowl of fruit, gang of fruit, man. You're gonna be full. Your cells is gonna be full. Your gut, you ain't gotta worry about that being all full. You ain't gotta worry about that. You have to master that. That's at the beginning. That's like being a baby and shit. You know, you want your belly full. You know, you like how the food tastes to go down. You know, all your esophagus, you know, you're addicted to that. You understand that. You know? But now, it's time to look at it in the form of chemistry. Damn, like, y'all, I'm always saying damn to their ass. You know, so it's the new man, y'all. We're the new one. It's the up and coming, y'all. It's the up and coming. Here y'all go. Appreciate you. So I appreciate you. So yeah, with that being said, I'm going to get ready to hop up off this joint. I appreciate you, brother, for jumping up in here too. Oh man, thank you. He's a wizardry. Yeah, that's some cold. You be having some cold downloads, some bangs. See, you intuitive though. That's that squirt. That's that squirt. I like it though. But if anything, we do deal with wizardry. If anything, because that's the wizards are just in tune with the creation and shit. You know, with nature. It's when you're dealing with the witches and warlocks who try to want to do the daggone thing and control your ass and shit. It's like, nah, nigga, you know. But they said in our land they came across wizards and stuff, sorcerers and stuff. Nah, we get into that a little later. But yeah, man. So just to wrap it up, it's the lava flow. Hold on, I had to channel that thought real fast. Let me take a sip of this. The lava connect around the world. That's what we're doing. This is what it's activating right now. It's like touch the earth, put your thoughts into the earth, send it in the lava. That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing. They probably like, what? Yep. Sitting on these lava stones. Or the lava or whatever. On the earth, this lava running all under my ass and shit. Hot molten lava too. I touch the earth where the lava stone is at. All this shit's made out of lava stone. My tent, I send it out to all the light, to my light family, to the tribe, the chosen ones, the ones who's waking up to do the damn thing. From the center of the world, I touch this, I do this every day. I touch them, whatever my intent is. It's like I've been. So I feel like, yo, I'm connected through everybody, through this lava, like a wire, like a worldwide wire. So I'm using just the lava to get to everybody. And you can do it. We can send our thoughts to each other and everything. The lava connect, like it's a phone. That's how I feel. And I feel like these volcanoes is connected to all them volcanoes. And they didn't want niggas to know that. So, yeah, man. And they want to see. They just want to see, man. So just be us. Let them do what they do. They just want to go down. And I'm not laughing in a bad way and shit. But that's just what it is. Most I did say to rejoice. And then you always gonna get attacked. I got new haters. You always have new haters and stuff before you even get off the earth plane. You know, so that's because you choose to be yourself, your authentic self, the best you that you can be. You know, I appreciate you so much. I definitely accept it. You know, I definitely accept it. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for jumping up in. It gives me, you know, the reason to chop it up, to talk. You know, we got more to chop it up about too. But if we can get this up under our belt for the next little 14 months, 12 months. Oh man, and not even that long, because we're gonna make shit shake in April. We're gonna make it shake in April, man. That's what it is. April and May, man. It's gonna be on. Touching the earth. Soon as if anybody's on the winter side, soon as that shit get to thawing. Think about touching that earth, man. Sending that thought, sending thoughts to mama. You know, the lava is our friend. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of us. You know, the dragons is up in there. I got video of the dragons flying, man. I got videos of dragons. They got 13,000 views and shit. Like it's like I don't get a lot of views, but that's cool. It's like having hip hop. You know what I'm saying? The best shit is underground anyways. Oh, everybody ain't got all the views. But I got a pterodactyl flying in the sky. It was flying over me. I had to look up. I was like, oh shit. I had tried to grab the phone. I did. I grabbed it. I got about a gang of size. You can see the eyes. It was red, leathery, everything, man. Then I seen another one. I got another one. It got a few thousand views. I got people over here listening to me too on the beach and shit. They be looking at them niggas, you know. They like, damn, because I'm representing for our people. You know, they talk bad about brothers and shit. So when they actually see one out here, I'm not like on begging and sitting in the corners, and you know, I'm like the example. I ain't trying to make them train them as a personal trainer and shit like that. I'm just living high, you know. I know how to be cordial, you know. It kind of throw everybody off. They're like, damn, you know, niggas really are. They're really not horrible. And then they see me with the birds representing us and shit, dude. You know what I'm saying? So when they see brothers come here, they be so happy to see us come off from boat, I mean, you know, wherever we come from, the plains or whatever. And, you know, they treat black folks out here pretty good, like as far as like the locals and shit. You know, like kind, just like how we are. And out here, these are not like immigrants. Everybody on their own little island. Like, you don't see the Vegetians going everywhere. You don't see the Samoans traveling everywhere. You don't see the daggone Tahitian. Everybody on their own shit. You know what I'm saying? And the Divine Triangle. You know, but it's just like, they're cool with being at home. That's what it is. And that's what it is with niggas. Niggas are cool with being at home. You don't have to go, well, oh, look at that, look at that. Sorry, y'all, look at that. Boy, Mosai's mad at this dude right here. Mosai mad at this dude right here. I mean, I don't say it like that, but he walking up too close. I notice that every time when I'm sitting right here, I know, see? I'll notice. I'm gonna turn and show you where this dude at. You want to be seen by Nick because he can get recorded on the Akashic. But most high, I done seen it happen so many times, y'all. People try to do it, and most high is them people, them angels, like this water, man, this Hawaii, it looks so beautiful, but it's treacherous. Meaning that I was gonna take lives right in front of my face, man. Fuck people up. Slice. I had to be humble with the water, P. Like it'll slice. Out of nowhere, someone slice you. You be like, damn, I mean, butterfly slice. Like, what the, you know? See, I had to learn how to swim a different way out this mug. You have to swim over the lava rocks, man. You can't walk on the water out this bitch. And then you can't, and it's things called sea urchins on the walls and on the ground. You have to really know your shit. And these people don't even be knowing. They want to come over here and think that they are cool and they white folks and over here. I'm like, and then you'll see them sea urchins all on their ass. Like, see, you don't, trying to be seen by me. I have peace, yeah. I attract more good than I do bad. And I just notice the bad or the unripened ones more. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. When I vibrate at a certain level, when I be like, I say it out loud and shit, like, you know, so it'll bring them more. You know what I'm saying? Like the spirits that's on these mugs were like, oh, somebody's upset. Bring them, because the thing is here, they want to keep you aloha, basically, the happiness, but they don't know about happiness. So when they see me like happy and smiling and genuine and shit, they're like, dang, this motherfucker got aloha for real. So because I ain't got no money, so it's like, you know, they have to have some type of money to keep them at least above water, a little bit of joy. You know what I mean? So when they see it on me, they kind of like, it's a magnet. Plus the energy, like, you know, celibacy, it attracts it. I'm way out here, so they're not used to feeling that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Doug, come here. You see the dude coming over here? Can't help it. You gotta come right here. It's called the House of God right here. That's what they call this land right here. And the water right here, that be it. It's like a baptizing place out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the little dude. My feet are ashy, y'all. No ashy, it's water ashy though. And that's not like ashy without what's called this mineral water. When you get in that ocean and shit, it changes you up all the way around. It's like make your skin all smooth. I was gonna be like, hey man, I see y'all some of this Hawaiian water out here, man. Give you $100 a gallon and shit. You can spray it in your face, get the mist going on. You get the water way from out here. Next thing you know, you see a whole bunch of white folks trying to sell Hawaiian water and shit, ocean water. But you can't really bring nothing back from out here. Don't nothing last from the mainland to come out here. It's a spiritual place. It's like ain't nothing you're gonna have will last if you take it from here to out there. It ain't gonna last. It's like it's not gonna last. That's when you know the spirit is real. When I got here, I had to depart with every damn thing. Like it took a period of time. I just made sure I didn't have nothing from there. All right, man. I had to pop my little whoop. Look at these two dudes. Look at these two dudes. Y'all took a look at these two dudes, man. This is gang stalking shit. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. They see a chest naked Naga over here, man. Sitting on the lava rock, entertaining, talking into the phone and ignoring them. That triggers the cluster B personality disorder. Like that triggers that fight or flight response, that want to be seen and attention. That trigger that in the people, especially in the pathological people. If you just a regular man and you high in your light, you won't worry about a lot of shit. You know, on that beach, it's kind of like it scares the women and shit away. That's all. It scares the women away. You know what I mean? And so And I learned that too about out here. So that's what they see me out here, celibate. They know I'm celibate too. Like most people that's the locals, they know that that's what it is out here. You know, so they can't say shit. Whatever, there's nothing they can say. You know, but it's just like, damn, that's what it is. And then at the same time, I inspire people to get off the drugs and shit. So I got like at least like 8 or 9 people off of that shit. And I think I'm about done. They seen that I'm not the bummish dude. They see that we painted brothers in a whole nother picture without even having to tell them like some old NOIs. You know what I'm saying? All they had to do was sit down with a Naga and shit. They sit there. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? All they had to do was sit with a Naga and just spend a little time. Usually that's what happened, and then they go on. Next thing you know, Most High bless me with something on the side. I don't even get money off YouTube. Nobody even donate shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I walk down the way or something. Somebody a boom, hand me 50. Or somebody a hand 100. Or I'll look down. The Most High have a few hundred on the ground for me and shit. You know what I'm saying? After I done spent a lot of time letting this dude vent or letting this person vent. And people come up to me and tell me they everything, see? You know what I'm saying? And I'm cool. I mean, I don't say I'm cool enough to listen, but that's just what it is. And I know when it's that. So I had to differentiate certain things. And then when it's time, you know what I'm saying? So I know when I'm putting certain people's lives, people got to get that justice handed to them. So I put me in their life for that, you know? That's like, boom. Yeah, Most High take care of me, man. I mean, I don't like to say that in a spoiled way, but I had my neck broke before. I've been through a lot of things, and I have to look back. It's like almost a spoiled kid. You know what I'm saying? I was like, but at the same time, it's like that I didn't go through shit. You know what I'm saying? He had me go through the harshest of the things you go through, even with your home, your families. But I can now talk about it or build about it. I don't want to say teach about it, but I can say teach about it. You know, but now I can chop it up a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? And that's the cool thing. I think that's the reason why it was, because a lot of my friends that didn't make it past, I mean, I had a lot of friends, man, got killed by police, and even they self, and, you know, they were really close. Even if they turned their backs on me, they end up getting killed later, and stuff like that, man, and going to prisons, them going to, you know, and I'm visiting them, you know what I'm saying, you know. Hey, sometimes it can make people mad, like, damn, you know, I went through the hell, but it's like the way I came out was different. I never stalled. That's all it was. Oh, look at this. Look at this. He's on. Look at that. I got to move out the way. Y'all see that big swell? That mug's coming in. Look at that mug, boy. I got to move up. Oh, wait. I want to make sure I got everything. I think it's going to hit. Yeah, I think it's going to hit. Okay, I'm going to turn it back around. Sometimes, I guess that's, you know, that's the spirit playing with another too, man, because I ain't got nobody to be playing with but the spirits and that sounds crazy and shit. I talk to people, but, you know, it's the spirits, man, and my babies and my children. I had to let mothers know I got children too, you know. I don't want to put that all out there, but they reared up too. They vegetarian, stuff like that. They've been doing all that, you know, you got to learn. When you're a father, you have to learn how to balance things out, you know, without forcing things on your child, you know? So I had to learn how to do all that, you know. And my babies is grown. They all grown. They grown now. Bless. That's right. You're right, man. You just letting me know. Shit. And I only feel I could say something through experience anyways. Because I could have talked a while ago, like being in my 20s, but I was only wise to what I knew. When I became in my 30s, I was understanding what I knew then, I was understanding how I knew all that, what I knew before, you know, and I knew there was people that was going to talk at those times, like, feel like they knew everything, you know what I'm saying, as far as like, you know, information wise, and I'm like, we're not really halfway there yet, we haven't really revealed it. This before people was talking about the star structures and stuff, you know, and that was revealed to certain fews when that information was coming out, or when it was just around for you to be able to search, or how you just want to buy a book, or a book comes to you, you didn't even think of that book, but the book came to you somehow. That's how it is, you know what I'm saying? And so people that were the so-called, you know, gurus or your advanced philosophers on the YouTube or internet, they didn't really understand that. You know, they couldn't understand the earth plane or, you know, information like that. You know, they would debate it and they would deny it. And having denial is basically dealing with that cluster B. When once again, cluster B personality. You know, we have a comorbid of it, sociopathic, narcissism. You can mix them together, depending on what it is. You can tell who's who once you don't know every one of them. You can tell where they're at in that, and then the spiritual pathologicalness of it, the development of it in their spirit, and if they have the potential to actually crush that, or you know, succumb to it. You can actually see, you know, and it's like, what, is it going to be a waste of time to build with these type of individuals who are like a broken record, who idolize and devalue and discard you quicker, you know? And that happens in the community. But now that we pinpoint it, it's going to be hard for us to not see it no more. You know what I mean? It's like it's seen now. It's like, boom, this is what's going on. We have to face this, and we can do it. You know, we just got to be very honest. And I think it just takes one to be more honest. You know what I mean? To begin it, to spark it off, the honesty. You know, look at them, gotta walk past me and shit. You see what shit? They can't last in the sun though, so it's like they gotta run to the shade. I don't mean that in a bad way, but that's what it is. It kind of protects me. That's why I sit my eyes directly in the sun, because it's like they want to sit right here and dangle their little feet, you know, kind of disrespect me and shit, but it's too hot for their ass. I don't mean that in a bad way. You know, they try to get me from the beginning, man, abuse and all that. I love my brother, try to abuse me and shit, but most High make me be who I am even more, man. And I got that from my father. My father's, you know, that mother's born in Memphis, so, and his mother got murdered when he was a child. He got the love on his side. He's like a little King David dude, man. And so, yeah, it's deep. So I just have to say my story so I can tell, so others can see who I am, instead of just like, you know, I'm just telling them shit, like, as far as like telling things and make you believe I'm a certain person and I ain't that person and shit. Like, I'm just revealing all this information, like, as far as like, you know, external information, pinpointing time events and shit. Like, I'm just this holier, smart ass nigga and shit, you know what I'm saying, without the experience. Because some people get caught up being clicking on the computers and shit and don't walk out into the field and feel that shit. Like, you're gonna have to see what it feels like to lay on the ground, nigga, and feel the earth. When you lay on the ground, the earth it knows you. It knows your quantum insignia. You piss and shit on the ground, you do whatever. I'm not saying like be filthy, but it has a quantum insignia that's connected to you. The earth knows you. It starts to take care of you and things. You know, you're sleeping under the stars. I think the script said too. Like, you know, even though I sleep outside, it's like I'm sleeping in a big ass comfortable bed somewhere, man. Like, and I hear the wicked can't even sleep or can't even rest, and I'm able to turn over, you know what I mean, and get the full rest. And they see me out here like this, you know, I want to say like, you know, like this and shit, you know what I mean? They don't even want to ask, and it triggers demons, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's for the family, so it's like, and I know it's about time is up, but also for me too. I like nature. And so I don't even look at it as being homeless like this month, but they look at it like that. And I think they don't look at me as looking at it as being homeless. Like, this nigga's at home, motherfucker. This nigga's home free, goddamn it. That's fucked up. You know, to some of them, they think that. They say we don't need them, and we're gonna be like this more so. Because it's like, we're gonna get our jewels back, our command of the land. We can put our money down on good land. But once we understand that Kundalini is going to make us honorable once again, boom, a few hundred, we just buying pots up around each other, boom, putting Bermuda grass on it, boom, in our promised land area. Before you know, we're ordering different trees. Trees ain't nothing but $14 to $150 depending on the tree, if it's already fruited. Boom, we're planting them bitches down, boom, 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 boom. I'm only got to get with the few righteous men that's going to be down for that, you know what I'm saying? But during this time of celibacy, it's good to learn something, because this is like a quiet year. We got to let everything do what it do. And just learn, you know, some type of construction. It ain't nothing to learn construction. You can do it hands-on. I went to school for it, but I ain't graduate for it because I felt I already was going to know. I knew it anyway. They just wanted to get my documentation down so they can get paid or something. But yeah, learn some type of framing. You can put that together with anything, with bricks and shit. You know, learn some type of plumbing where we can, you know, run some pipes up under the ground that we can make real quick. Or doing little, you know, sprinkler systems for our own self. You know, and learning HVAC where we want to use, if we do want to use air conditioning for certain things in the central library part of our other things, say village, town, whatever. Because we're designing roads. We got, you know, learning big construction, learning big, you know, machinery. I forgot more than I know damn right now. But I mean, more than most know right now. But yeah, getting big machinery, boom, making roads, Man, this roses, man, all that, man, all that stuff. Yeah, right at home where you need to be. Appreciate it, thank you. I need to hear that too. I had to go through seasons to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? To the point where it's like, oh man, they had me released. They had me released a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? They had me like, you know, they had me get to a certain point. But yeah, we've been out here. We've already been celebrating. It's going on the 7th year now, and I've been through the certain times of like the 3 months and the 9 months. I gotta keep reiterate this because it got to a point where it was on steady. So I was like able to like really see like in myself and shit at that point, and why things happening. And I did, you know, forgive me and having the forgiveness. And I actually had tears on the ground. So they felt me, the tears over there. Like I was over in these beaches over there. Pardon me for pointing. I don't like the point shit, but I had to show y'all, you know. And so yeah, I think when that happened, that's when that volcano went off. But it was on and shit. But it was a joyful tears. I was happy because I was able to look up and see where I was. I was like, man, you know. And I said, all of us need this, man. And I'm like, we need a community out here. I think we could be able to do it too, because they will accept us, you know. But we have big business to do in the world, man. Mama's up, destruction's at hand, love is at hand, us loving on each other is at hand. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things going on, man. We just got to be open. But once we just take this little year off and people be really serious and not release and learn some type of construction, some type of caregiving, whatever your heart's into. Not forcing something on you that you may not want to know. I ain't for that. You know what I'm saying? Finding something that you know that you want to know and master real fast. Get that under your belt. Even looking at the 10th house to see what you might be good at doing or whatever. And seeing like, oh, I want to do that. Seeing your north node and seeing like, oh, I have to be doing stuff that's like my north node, you know? Like I'm going to be more into, of course, the health and wellness and prosperity, and I'm gonna show it from a business aspect, coming from this aspect, because people would think I wouldn't know nothing about business. I'm you know, King of Pentacles when it comes to the tarot shit. So I always knew how to make money, even when they tried to take the money from child support. You know what I mean? And we all know it, but they'll still try to find ways to get it from me. But now it's a difference. So I know exactly, you know, writing up vision and mission statements of those who want to add on, and just being an inspiration. Making up a SWOT analysis of strengths and weaknesses and opportunities and threats to us, being able to establish our own and just show what the outcome will actually be once we put it down. And it's on. Ain't no stopping. I never really stopped on things, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's always been a progression. It's with knowledge itself. So it's like a song I heard, like always ascending, you know what I mean? So always ascending. It means resurrection. That's dope. In Phoenix. So remember that name at the end. You know what I'm saying? Because it will go down. And very soon too, man. Very soon. So all we got to do is put this work in. I guarantee it's gonna link us all together. It's like it's a cord that connects us all as our life family. Our celibacy, our Kundalini cord connects us just like the lava connects us all the volcanoes on the earth. That's all like, yo, that lava connect. There's something real about that. You know what I mean? So hey, it's a sparrow right here. I'm gonna see all the sparrows. See if the sparrow comes up. You know they say the eyes on the sparrow. Here's a sparrow. Come here, baby. That's a sparrow. Eyes on the sparrow. I call him Swift. What's up, man? I'll say hi and say peace. Peace. I think they just want to show love and stuff like that because they know we finna get ready to get. They know I'm finna get ready to get up. Usually when I get up, they get all extra lovey and shit because they know I'm about to move around, and I'm gonna give them a little bit, but I'm gonna move around. Now when I walk down the street, they laying right up on my ass. People be like, "Oh my God!" I just be like, "Man, you know." Yeah, we gonna get the horses, birthing centers. Those who's real serious, they go to the other ones. I call them the Starfleet. They came through. You see them? They call it the Starfleet. These are all different kinds of birds. These ain't the same birds. They ain't like just like doves. We got Starfleet. I call them Starfleet. I forgot what they really call them. But yeah, you know, getting in tune with nature, getting out, you know, the bush, the lands, man, it's so much fun stuff that's ready to go down. Ain't nothing wrong. And I've experienced it on the small level before, so I know I could be able to talk about it on the bigger level in the future when I experienced when I was younger though. You know, like learning how to just basically deliver a child, you know. Just little things that I had to learn along the way. Construction. that I know it would apply now. Now I know it would work now. This is before we even know about YouTube like that. So I knew it was gonna work out for now. I know that one. Yeah, and birthing centers, and for those who really are truly serious about the orphans and stuff like that, that's serious too. And it's not for the money. You know what I mean? So that means in order to have any teachers to teach anything, it'd be dope for all our prime YouTube teachers, because there ain't gonna be too many more new ones. They're actually here now. So for them to be celibate when we actually on the land, if I can invite them on the land and shit, and chop it up. I gotta get the realness, man. So it takes this little year for everybody to get serious, man. So know who's really down, because it's gonna manifest for us right before our eyes, shit. Before you know it, you look up, federal government signs over 400 million acres land. Now you got the resources. Now you got money. All we had to do was just learn how to. That's how most hard work. Now we all got to do is just learn how to operate the big machinery. So you learn framing work, making buildings, earth homes. Space. So you got to get off the phone now. I know I'm talking on the phone. He's sitting on the phone. It's him right there. All right. So that's why these things learning. Learning. We're gonna make our own clothes. We're doing linen, nettles, stinging nettles, stuff like that. We're making fabric out of that. Hemp, making fabric out the hemp. We ain't gotta just be smoking the weed and shit. You take the stalk, you put it on the wood, pull out the fabric in there. Now we're making high vibratorial clothing now. You know what I'm saying? Put our little sparkles on there and shit. We did it with our own hand. Now people want to trade with us. Now we got something to trade and shit. Because they will definitely want to buy something that our hands touch. If our hands touch it, whew, it's on like hot butter popcorn. They'll buy it for fucking $1,000, man. And I'm not doing that. I'm not saying that to be money hungry, but this is what it is now. Now our business is valuable. I had to do it the way where it didn't show that we needed money, and to show that, hey, look, now show you this is how we can get it from scratch. Pardon me, y'all. That's how long you reckon we get before it's about to start going down. This March, man, shit's shaking right now. All the volcanoes is up. Shit's shaking. March, April, it's hitting. Once I touch down, nigga, it's on. I'm sorry, I had to say it like that. When I touch down, it's on, G. Because I already know. I don't want to say it like this, but it's like, yo, man, I'm gonna say it like this. I know the natives up north, but some of my brothers don't like the natives. They never really talk to any of the other natives, okay? Like, not the pretending $5. There's the dark natives, even though they came over and stuff. I lived around them. They're different. They're the ones that are most, connected to us. Look at that. That's coming in. They know I'm talking. Also, I know what's up. Okay, hold on. That was coming up a little bit. It'd be funny, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, y'all. Because you can feel it. It's letting me know, man. It's confirmation. Because, like I say, a lot of brothers don't know the natives like that. I knew a lot of them. They have a project called Little Earth. And we all brothers in them. We got along. The vice lords, they were vice lords and shit. You know what I mean? Vice lords and the native mob connected together. We experienced the same poverty together in Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? Even though they had little reservations and shit, that was the uppities who had the little the casinos and stuff. But we was out in the trenches together. So once we linked them, man, I know the Ojibways, they just like us. They the only ones I feel that's besides the islanders out here is just as close with our wittiness. Like, they have wittiness just like how we do. Everybody else had to watch us for some years to get that wittiness down pat by watching TV shows and shit. But they got it just like us, just like regular. So, once we get over there, we had the first true powwow. I'm talking about the connection of both nations, like the true two nations, man. Not the other nation, not the European. No, the true two nations that was over there. We have a big powwow at Keokia Mound. And from there on out, we just go from mountain to mountain. We ain't got time to be fighting one another, man. We're going to sit down, they're going to have their little fried bread. We're going to have our little cornbread. We're going to show them we make hot water cornbread. We do that, you know what I'm saying? We're going to mix in. We're going to eat. And we're going to chop it up in private. Peace pipe, because they cool with the peace pipe too. They just like us. And we're going to chop it up, man. We got to talk like family. Shit. It ain't got time to listen to these people trying to divide us, big dog. I live in Minnesota. I grew up more around natives than like how people grew up in Texas around Mexicans. I grew up around real natives in Minnesota and shit. So it's just like that. So I can speak from that experience, you know what I'm saying? Mother Mary. Yeah. So, you know. So with that being said, man, that's the good thing is going down. Let's get that celibacy popping, man, so we go ahead and get it together, man. Let's spread the word for the natures, man, for all the tribes, you know what I mean? They got a hit going on. I love their little songs. Some brothers, the natives, they got this one song. It's popping, man. They shouting out all the tribes. We're going to connect. There's no time to be separate. They want to make us enemies. It ain't about that, yo. You know what I'm saying? And we all know it. It's the Great Mother. We had the union before with Hiawatha. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have the union again, you know? And that's how we showed them to get the United States to come together. It's through us. So, that being said, I love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. You know what I mean? And Greg, peace. And stay tuned, and we'll build in the next one. Peace.